Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we have another guide to grind series, and in this one we are going to be looking at the grind up to the Leopard 1. So in the first replay we have got the tier 5 VK16.01, the Leopard, the OG Leopard, and as you can see I'm running Camo Net optics, and actually I would replace the traction system that I was running this with vert stabs. I've got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Snapshot and Muffled Shot on the perks. So running sort of a typical light tank kind of setup here on the crew, just because the tier 5 Leopard is essentially a standard light tank. It is a light tank. I use it set up preferably as any other light tank, and the reason being is just because it's got great mobility. You have your forward speed of 60 kilometers an hour, reverse speed of 22 kilometers an hour. It has actually got excellent gun depression as well at 10 degrees, which is really nice. It's got great reload. It's one of those pew pew guns, so you got sort of a 2.3 second base reload time with a 1.7 second base aim time. So naturally we've sort of got that down to 1.8 seconds with our setup, which is really nice. You've got great shell velocity on the premium rounds. You have 360 meter view range and 326 meter concealment, which obviously you can get down further, or we've got down further with our setup. So you're probably looking just under 300 sort of with the perks that we're running. The boxy armor is quite good. You see this is very boxy, standard sort of German. When you think of sort of like the E50, E50M design, very boxy, can deflect a lot of shots sort of on your angles. A lot of people sort of shooting you as you leave. Always swerve left and right. Do that with any light tank anyway, but more so the VK, because you can get obviously as well as avoiding the shots, you don't want to get shot anyway, but if you're angled, the shots are more or less gonna bounce off. The only thing I would say is the gun can feel a little bit derpy on the accuracy. The accuracy is set at 0.39 base. Naturally we have got that down a little bit better with sort of when you're running sort of vert stabs and some run and gun and sort of steady aim, so all the usual perks that help with the accuracy just slightly. And it has got a high fire chance at 20%, so that is something to be careful of. Overall I really enjoyed this light tank. Actually, it was a lot of fun. You do have the option for the sort of what do you call it, almost like the pew pew gun, which is I think sort of rattles off a couple of rounds a minute, a bit like the M42 Duster, similar sort of gun to that. But yeah, I'm running sort of the top gun on this. Now get unlucky bouncer on that light tank. And yeah, it generally overall at tier 5 is actually quite a nice light tank to play. I just enjoyed it so much, so I did go and actually free mark this a long time ago. So yeah, it's definitely a nice start to the Leopard 1 grind here. So on this replay we are on should I say Overlord, and yeah, we've not had too bad a start to the game. We've sort of got just under 500 assists there with just over 500 damage, and you can see here the DPM. This is what makes the tank quite a lot of fun, is that great mobility. You can actually play it a lot like a medium as well. You can relocate to a position where you can sort of get shots into tanks, and you can just kind of like cut through their health, like just shred it basically, as opposed to some tier 5s that are a little bit derpy and can do sort of a huge amount of damage in one shot. This is sort of more the opposite. It's just just cut with 1,000 sort of 1,000 knives basically. And that's what we're doing here. You can also, if you can get the opportunity to track, you can sort of use that to your advantage, because you can sort of retrack tanks. They're more likely not going to track anything with this just because the gun caliber is quite small, so usually you want sort of big caliber guns to knock the tracks off to track something in place. But here, like I say, we've sort of done a fairly good job of sort of getting around the map and sort of putting damage onto tanks. So we pick up our second kill on the P43 there. Haven't actually had a chance, I don't think yet. I might well do, not sure, but haven't had a chance so far to demonstrate how effective the Armour is at sort of angling. And it's another thing as well. You could potentially try and get away with side scraping on this. If you're sort of in city maps, again, if you're top tier, you could probably get away with that. I haven't tried it, but it's something obviously to perhaps give a go. And if you have, let me know in the comments if you have tried that on a city map with this tank. Does it side scrape well? Because I honestly don't know, but it looks like it's the boxy angle would do that job quite well. So yeah, it's an interesting tank, like I say, a good introduction to the VK 3001D, which obviously comes up at tier 6, which we'll be showing next. We just need to sort of finish off this Hellcat, who seems to be hiding behind this building. I think we could take a shot off this Hellcat. We could only take the one shot, to be fair. We couldn't take any more. We're definitely a 2-shot to that Hellcat, but yeah, we're going to try and see if we can just get around, keep him lit potentially. It's only us and our owner at the moment, so I don't want to go YOLOing in and throwing the tank away. I want to sort of wait for my team to get up here and put this guy in a cross angle, and then you can see the medium and the TD to my left are going to poke up on the ridge in the bowl here shortly. And I'm kind of hoping as Hellcat just comes over to try and YOLO me, because then he's going to get sort of shot and put in an awkward bit of a situation. But he's running, he's sort of he's not coming to the bowl. I sort of stopped there to try and take a shot. We do take a shot, then we're just rattling away, sort of just getting some RBRT shots in, and then we're poking back down. We don't want to take a shot off him if we can help it, because like I say, don't want to sort of risk the chance of getting set on fire or just being put down to a one-shot. And he's getting chased by the medium here. Can we finish the Hellcat off? He is down to a one-shot, and we do, picking up our 4th kill of the game there, and yeah, picking up the win in the process. So not too much of a crazy damage game, but we do come top of the board there, where we were sort of bottom tier, should I say. Picked up just under 1700 damage with 4 kills and a bit of assist, picking up the first class there. And yeah, that is the VK 1609 Leopard. So moving on to tier 6, we are with the VK 301D on Ghost Town. And the equipment I run on this is optics, advanced gun lane drive, and gun rammer. Now I should note that you can't actually pack the vert stabs on this tank or the 302D. You can only put the advanced gun lane drive and any other equipment. And you see we're running Born Leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, steady aim, silent driving, situational awareness, armor angling, run and gun, and snapshot. So yeah, the 301D, I'm going to say straight off the bat, has to be probably one of my favourite mediums in the game. The only medium I've gold marked, believe it or not. Just yeah, loved it that much, decided to go for it. And yeah, it's again similar to the little tier 5 Leopard. It's got fantastic mobility with 60 kilometers an hour forward speed with 20 kilometers reverse. Gun depression is a little bit less than the Leopard at 8 degrees. You have got better traverse and guns, better traverse than the Leopard. You've got gun stats that are similar to the Leopard, but with just a few subtle changes. Sort of higher reload time, because obviously the gun is a little bit bigger, and obviously sort of accuracy sort of penalties as well. You've got good view range and average concealment, but like I say, the mobility does more than make up for it. You can get to sort of flanks quite quickly, and that's where I think this tank sort of really shines, is when you can move about onto the flanks, get around the map, and you can put enemies in sort of, you know, you can get them in crossfires sort of quite easily, basically, moving around and working off your team. Yeah, you can put them in crossfires and put them in a little bit of, good bit of danger. You have got aim time 2.3 seconds. That's, I kind of feel like you can see tank takes a little bit of a while to aim in. It can feel a bit derpy, but again, the reload, I've got down to 3 seconds with my setup, so it's quite lethal on terms of the reload time and how much damage you can put in a quick amount of time as well. But there we go, you see, if you don't let the gun aim in, you're just going to whiff the shot, so you need to be patient with the gun. It's the only way you're going to make it work properly. Snapshotting and sort of just rushing your shots, it's not really going to help you or cause at all, if you want to sort of put damage in. So on Ghost Town here, it has pretty much been a complete rollover. We've got 3 tanks left. We've only lost 3 tanks, so it's been one of those games which has kind of been like, well, why did I bother sort of thing. But we luckily get a nice fire into that artillery there, taking them out. I mean, up to 2.7k damage. We are top tier. We did get 2 kills, and let's say that game lasted the best part of 3 minutes, I think. But in that time, we've done a good amount of damage. We've just done over 2.7k damage with 750 assists, 3 kills, picking up the ace tanker, 2 kills, sorry, not 3. And yeah, it's a short intro to the VK301D, but yeah, like I said, it's a fantastic tank, and I quite enjoyed it. And I think even bottom tier, you can sort of, like say, make it work with that good mobility. Kind of suits the meta quite well. So yeah, moving on to the VK302D, same equipment setup as the 301D, and on the perks we've got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Snapshot, and Muffled Shot. Again, gone for sort of a kind of a similar sort of concealment setup. You could drop Muffled Shot actually for armor angling if you wanted to obviously help sort of that sort of help decrease any sort of damage you take. So yeah, it's your choice really, but again, it's very much similar to the 301D. But again, the gun does feel quite derpy. You do have the option of the 88mm and the 105mm. The 105 is actually the top gun, but it's basically a derp gun. You've got HE and heat shells. I would not opt for that gun at all. I run the 88mm here, and I think it's the best gun overall. Like I say, it can feel quite derpy. The one plus it does have over the 301D is it does have less fire chance. It's at 15% as opposed to 20%, so you shouldn't get set on fire too much in this tank. But again, you can see here I'm going to try and basically use my boxy armor to sort of angle off of this destructible cover, and there we go, we get a nice ricochet of 480. I'm not quite sure what we bounced. That might have been the KV-85 actually that we bounced. I think he's firing HE at us now because he's managed to splash damage us. Splash damages us again. We're trying to get the kill shot in, but unfortunately it's just not quite working out. And we have taken a bit of damage there just because of the splash from the KV-85. He's also knocked out a gunner as well, which doesn't help because that makes this gun even more intolerable than what it actually is already. But we're going to move swiftly on, and we're going to try and see if we can get some damage in, even with our broken gun. That's going to cause us a whole world of pain, but we want to get damage, and so we put a shot into the P43, puts one into us, but it does our loader now, which is even worse because now we've got a dead gun and we've got a dead loader. and yeah, now it's just made this tank quite unbearable to play, because we just don't have the chance to get a shot off quickly. We don't have a chance to snap the shot in, but you know, as we speak, tank proves us wrong, and we do actually manage to get a shot in quite well. Again, going to use this Debrek now, just going to keep our tank angled. We do manage to take out the P43, and I'm hoping I can take out the artillery, but then this javelin turns up and the hammer just decides it's just going to push us right out of the way, because you know, that's what heavy tanks do. They're really helpful like that. Quite frustrating actually that people do that in this day and age still, but there we go. We are going to sort of move around here. We're going to let these guys focus on that hammer, and we're going to try and see if we can get a shot into that javelin. Unfortunately, we missed that shot. We were also trying to nudge the T-34, so we couldn't get any shots into the hammer. We do end up getting a shot into the T-34 and taking him out, and then our friendly hammer takes out the javelin. It's down to 2 tanks left. And we're going to try and rush over to see if we can pick up any more damage, any more kills. Looks like we should be able to get shots onto the rear of this 45 TP, who isn't paying attention to us and is actually full health, so this is really good. He's angling, he's safe from the tanks in front pretty much, but we can get some shots into the rear. Then our friendly Panther sort of comes in, nearly gets in the way, Poodle should I say. Poodle, Panther, it's the same thing. But luckily we do manage to get some shots in, and we can see that guy's turret, so we get another shot in. And now we're going to try and see if we can squeeze a shot onto this heavy tank. Unfortunately, we just caught up on the wall there, but we do manage to get a shot in, and we actually bring our damage total to a nice 3.5k damage. And we pick up the victory. We come top of the board there. Let's say 3.5k damage, 3 kills. Only picks up just a small amount of assists. It's wide park, so you know, assist is kind of like neither here or there on wide park. Picked up the high caliber medal and only the first class, but there we go. That is the conclusion for part 1 of this series. Let's say part 2 will follow on in due course, which will feature tier 8, tier 9, and obviously the tier 10 itself, the Leopard 1, which is what you're all working towards. If you haven't done so already. And yeah, that's it for part 1, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the first part of the series. If you did, please like and subscribe, especially if you haven't done so already. If you want to see part 2, then obviously if you can like and subscribe, you'll see part 2 coming up in the future. And as always, guys, thank you very much for your support, and I'll catch you next time.